gorgeous. There's gorgeous. A whole lot of ugly. With two thumbs. Hey, there you are, Mandy. And connection is unstable. Please wait while we're trying to reconnect. Hey, there you are, Mandy. Hey, Eva Sorrel Mabry. Hey, Miss Brenda. How y'all doing? How's everybody doing this week? Hey, David. How you doing? Claybank Homestead. Or Miss Charlotte. Pretty sure it's David. All right. Glad everybody could make it so far. I had a stream up and it just failed for some reason. Not sure why. So I just close that one out. I'll delete it here in a little bit and throw this one back up. Oh, we're doing great. Random Mini Farm and Forge. And Anna. There you go, Anna. Hey, Grammy Karen. How y'all doing? Moderator. Sorry, I'm getting some technical stuff out of the way. Adkins Family Homestead, how you doing? We have had a busy week. Like, well, today we had a new channel banner made for us from our good friends at Copper Kettle Farms. If you haven't seen that, I like it. It's actually a picture of our property and then some little info going on. Made a new live thumbnail earlier. I like it. It's kind of catchy. It's cute. Did y'all see the thumbnail coming in? Because I liked it. Taught myself how to do Canva. Hey, Michelle, Sweet Pea Farm, New York. How you doing? Got that done. We kind of decided how we want to do the coop on the back of the chicken tractor. Got some stuff situated for that. And so that's something we'll be building before too long. This weekend we went and helped out some friends who needed it. Give them a little bit of hope for the future. Got away from the homestead for a little bit, so that was good. Then we started looking, kind of plotting out and looking at the pigs, looking towards some pigs and where we want to put them next spring. Then we sowed some quail and we're getting ready to put some in the freezer. So a balmy 27 tonight, so I'm enjoying the heat wave. Heat waves of New York, huh? The Little Creek Homestead, how you doing? Going through possible places with pigs, scaling back quail numbers for the winter because I don't want to feed them all winter. So getting ready to process some of those. Sold 35 of them recently. Got a bunch of kidney beans that we want to make chili beans out of, so we got the canners out. Little stuff like that. But other than that, pretty boring week other than going and picking up a niece last night and having to walk 6 miles. That was fun. What are your thoughts on raising quail in our city limits if they're in our shed? Actually, raising quail in a shed in city limits would actually be a very, very viable process. The shed would muffle the noise that they do make. They would have shelter from the elements, and if you just had a tray underneath them to be able to pull out and clean up, clean it every day or every other day, you won't have much issue with the smell. But yeah, quail are pretty easy. Even with the, we have what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quail cages plus the 2 rabbit cages, and it takes us 5 minutes to take care of all of them. So yeah, it's not like it's not like they really add anything to your chores. Not much anyway. Cat's Homestead, West Virginia. Welcome. How you doing? So, yeah, I highly recommend quail, especially in town. What do quail really taste like? Well, they kind of taste a little chickeny, but they have their own. They taste like
Gamey flavor.
they're not really that gamey, but they're kind of like a gamey chicken. I know they're really good if you like brush like honey on them, put some seasoning on it. It's really good like that. Hey, Geeky Gardens, how's it going? Hey, Gil at Camp Patton Family Compound. Kiss My Grass Acres, how you doing? Catching people as they come in. If I miss anyone, I do apologize. And with putting them in the shed, you have, they're secure from predators and things of that nature, and you can do all wire cages like hanging rabbit cages, but you can make them with rollouts for the quail eggs and everything. And they're pretty good about giving an egg a day as long as they get 14 hours of light. So the only thing you'd have to do is kind of give them some sort of light, and a light bulb works. Hey Johnny, hi Tempe.
Hi.
Hi.
Manic said hi. Do you have a quail harvest video? I do not have a quail harvest video, but it's really simple. All we do is remove the head and skin them out. Remove the wings and cut the legs off. Other than that, it's just cleaning out the insides like a chicken. I can have a quail harvest video, but I don't have one yet. But another good thing about the quail in the city, it only takes 10 weeks till they're big enough to process, and they've already been laying eggs since 6 to 7 weeks most of the times. But other than that, if you want to, you're going to need an incubator to keep producing more quail. Look at me go post all links. Anybody got any other questions? I do like talking about quail though. Hey, Pete's Little Homestead, how you doing? How's Kentucky treating you today? Any hatchery you suggest or locally? It's probably easier to get locally because Sammy loves quail eggs. She loves quail eggs just because they're tiny, doesn't she? Any hatchery you suggest or locally? I've gotten all mine locally. They're way cheaper than trying to get them through hatcheries and such. Quail eggs actually look pretty cool too if you dye them for Easter. They come out really cool looking. How long does it take to incubate quail eggs? It takes 14 days, and then you lock them down, and it usually takes anywhere from, they'll start hatching sometimes if the temperature's a little high on day 15, but they usually start hatching on like day 16, day 17. So what I do usually is I'll set them on like a Tuesday, and then 2 weeks later I take them out of there and I put them in a different incubator to hatch out. And I'll leave them in there until Saturday, and if they've hatched, they hatched. If they hadn't, they hadn't. But they hatch out really quick. And then when they hatch, they're like the size of a quarter. They're actually pretty cute. But they grow out of the cuteness pretty quick.
I call them little popcorns.
Little popcorns. Yeah, she does. They look like little popcorns. Hey, Lance, how you doing? I'm Joshua at Roosters. The noise is awful. Well, in a shed, you probably wouldn't have to worry about it too much. I scared a guy. He walked up behind me, and when I turned around, I had two big quail and a small bloody hatchet. Mother asked me what I was doing with those. Some of the jumbo quail get to about a pound. Kiss My Grass Acres. Hidden Valley Homestead. How you doing, Scott? Nice to see you in here. Who else has put up their Christmas tree yet? No Christmas tree. We really don't have room for one. Oh, did something else this week. I made another crochet hook. Turned that, I don't know, pretty quick last night. I'm still working and listening. Hey, at least the crane lets you do that. Hey, Grace Andrews, how you doing? I'll show you what Temperance has been doing the whole time. Hey, Chick Happens, how's it going? Be right back, cook her supper. Are you cooking on your wood stove, Brenda? Yellow Rose Homestead, how y'all doing? Two Cedars Micro Farmer. Hey guys, Dave and Darcy. Everybody's coming in tonight. So, Temperance is really big into wanting a poodle. So I've been trying to find ways to, I don't know, negotiate with her. So I showed her some Mangalitsa pigs earlier and asked her if she wanted a poodle. And she wasn't buying it. She's like, that's a pig, not a poodle. What's a poodle pig? It'd be, better than a poodle, right?
No.
Yeah, it's a pretty big crochet hook. It's about an eye sized, so it is pretty big. It's hard to get. Sometimes I can get them down a little bit smaller than that. This one is a little bit big compared to some of them, but it was starting to twist really bad as it's spinning because when you're spinning it as many RPMs as it's going, when your blade touches something narrow like this, it starts to slow this spot down, and these pieces right here twist in the opposite direction. So if you're not very careful, you'll snap the piece. Sammy sends us a big hug. I'm pretty sure it's for you. The boys are building their chicken coop this spring. Yes, I do sell crochet hooks on my Square site and my Etsy store. There are links in the description, and I'm sure one of my moderators can post a link to that real quick. Dude, I got some crochet friends. I can post that on their group. Get you sales. Go for it. I don't mind selling them. Smith Family Ranch, how y'all guys doing? I just saw y'all in there. Thomas Schmidt, how you doing, man? Nice to see you. She sends hugs to all three of us, so Sammy's sending you hugs. Cat's Homestead, West Virginia, thank you. Which I turn them on the lathe, and then I cut the hook part out with my pocket knife, and then wax the inside of it. And Johnny tests every one of them, make sure that it works well. But they're oak, and then they're beeswaxed, and then I sand all that down to make it a smooth finish. And then once I cut this out with my pocket knife and stuff, I'll sand the inside of it a little bit, and then I'll wax that also. Johnny does rock. Sammy says, hello, Tempe.
Hey, Sammy.
Are you drawing a Christmas tree? Johnny started working on cartoons again. They're starting to look really good. I think I saw her working on a Christmas tree earlier. And then I saw her grabbing some turkey images to make stuff. No telling what she's going to be putting on her channel. Don't know if any of y'all have seen her channel, but she does Homestead humor. She's got a couple of cartoons up, like Hope This Works and Sampson Farms, and Uh, they're good, and she does them with like the most basic programs you can. She uses Microsoft Paint, draws out everything, copies it, duplicates it, how many every time she needs. Sets up her main screen and everything of that nature, and starts adding the elements to it. And she's got some elements now that are like flowers growing in different stages. But the editor I'm using now, uh, I can cut the time frames down to like 100th of a second, so it runs more like a cartoon. Instead of like a 1 second delay, I can cut it down by 100th of that, and so it's just bumping along like a regular cartoon, and it's really cool. Southern Blessed Homestead, how y'all guys doing? Nice to see you there. Grace, she ain't getting a poodle. She's got a thunder. She ain't getting a poodle. Mm-mm.
I wanted a poodle before I wanted thunder.
Well, you got a thunder. You're not getting a poodle. You can have a poodle pig.
No.
Yep, I'm pushing close to 1K. I've got 928 subscribers. I'm not making cartoons. Johnny's making more cartoons for her channel, Homestead Humor. She doesn't need a donkey poodle. She needs a poodle pig.
No, I need a poodle. Just a normal old poodle dog.
No, you get a poodle pig.
Poodle dog.
Poodle pig.
Poodle dog.
I was gonna see if anybody had any ideas to put on that besides my idea.
Yes, later. Only need 28 more myself. We 2 peas in a pod. Yeah, but you're doing way better on your hours than I am. I'm pushing about 1,000 hours. Poodle pig?
No.
Donkey poodle?
No.
Labradoodle?
No.
Miniature poodle?
Yes.
Full size poodle?
Yes.
Actually, Sweet Pea Farms. No, I don't have to sharpen my knife that often. Actually, like the first initial cut on it is actually done with a scroll saw, and then I just shave this out, and it doesn't take anything. Miss Brenda, are you cooking on the wood stove? I don't think a donkey poodle would be any better. I think a poodle pig would be the best of the best. So they're, I'll get her talked into a poodle pig. She's ignoring me now, and she thinks she's cute. She's doing a pretty good job ignoring me. I need Denny to make me a knife. I actually have put together a knife before, but yeah, I like knives. I need to check out Denny's knives one of these days, actually. No one here has allergies, so to dogs. Hmm?
No.
Show you what a poodle pig looks like? Look up Mangalitsa Pig. I got you. Mangalitsa Pig. Outdoor cook station would be nice. Poodle Pig. Just need to talk her into them instead of, yeah, curly-haired pigs. So she just needs to get used to the idea of a poodle pig instead of a poodle.
A poodle. The only thing I go for is a poodle.
Hidden Valley Homestead, they're actually a heritage breed from Hungary, the Mangalitsa pigs. Well, they're making a pretty, Roots and Refuge raises them. They're making a pretty good comeback. People are becoming more aware of them and stuff, which is cool. But I actually think we're going to go with large black pigs. They're, but do they taste like bacon? Of course they taste like bacon. They really tear up your pen area. Is that the Mangalistas? Because the large blacks don't, from what I understand, they don't really root a whole lot. They're more of like a pasture pig. But the males can get up to like 800 pounds and the females can get up to about 700 pounds. And they're just a very big black pig, but they're really docile. I'm trying to decide what kind of pigs I want here in the spring. I would just find local feeder pigs, honestly, and start out with and get a couple years experience with them. I haven't even been yet. I haven't even been deer hunting yet. Be funny if they taste like chicken. That would be funny. Sammy wants the fluffy pigs.
I want a poodle.
Yeah, large blacks are really, I mean, it's in the name. Have cooney pigs, but get crossbred hogs to raise on pasture. Anything that tastes like bacon is okay in my book. Mine too. Or do you size them? Let's see if the size is hard to judge.
I'm done.
Close to work. I mostly use a 5.5 or a 5mm. Not sure what the latter equates. And Christmas trees. Christmas trees. I think a 5.5 or a 6 is an I. I'm not sure. Hold on. Let me check my crochet hooks. Okay. A K is come on now. A 5.5 ain't none of these. A 5.5 is a 8 is an I, and that's about what this one is. Hey, Don Golf, how you doing? But yeah, Cat's Homestead, West Virginia. It's a 5.5 is a size I, which is what this one roughly is. It's not cooperating with me. Okay. That's that. Kiss My Grass Acres, take care. I'm trying to back up a little bit and read, and it's not working out too well. Thank you, Cat's Homestead, West Virginia. But yeah, it will be close to an I. Mimsy, thank you for posting links. Manic, thanks for posting links. I do appreciate it. Outdoor kitchen now. That's worth setting up. What are you calling now? She's still coloring. Loma Acres Homestead, how y'all doing? We are doing well. I saw something the other day you might be interested in me making for you if you get those kits you were talking to me off the ground. It's like a whole kit with like the brush and the stand and everything. I'll get with you later and see what you think. Little Creek Homestead, that actually makes perfect sense. But if you want to, your first year, just for the first year of raising pigs, just get a couple of just regular feeder pigs and go from there. Just learn pigs first and then go about selecting breeds and such of that nature. Hey, Plain Speaker, how you doing? Yes, Anna is everywhere. There are multiple copies of her with multiple computers. Each Anna runs like 8 computers and mods for 8 channels at one time, and there's like 8 different Annas. Which honestly, that's probably what we'll do next spring is just get a couple of feeder pigs until we find some large blacks or whatever pigs we decide to go with to start raising. And that did nothing. American guinea hogs are really popular because of their size, and they're very docile. And also, some people like crossing the American guinea hog with the cooney because you get what's called a hybrid vigor with a pig, with any animal really, which they're healthier animals due to the genetics. Yep, and they grow faster. Just had an Etsy sale. I know who did that. But American guinea hog are very popular because a couple of years ago, it was either Mother Earth News or Hobby Farm did a big article on them. But they are everything on them is like 3/4 size. They're easier to manage on a small scale for homesteaders. You can raise them on pasture. They have a lot of benefits, and a lot of people like to take it and mix them with cooney pigs. And then you still get a small pig that doesn't like to root and tear up everything. Then American guinea hogs are kind of cute for a hog. Are they cute?
Mm-hmm.
Is Ruby the pig out there cute?
No,
Ruby's cute, yes.
not really. I
Three
think.
Musketeers Homestead, how y'all doing? Welcome back, Pete. Michelle P. Hi, how you doing? Anybody have any plans for the coming up week? I did not know that because I have spoken to Bob before. I might have to go to Mountain Crest Farm. So I've looked into the large blacks years ago. Temperance was probably three or 4 years old then. So that's been 6-7 years. I did not plant a winter garden. We attempted to, but we got it late, and then we had the early death freeze. Lance, I hope you have a great evening. That's really hurting my knees. Annoying. And it smells funny. Cat's Homestead, West Virginia. Thank you for the order. I just got it in. That's where you got Peppa the pig from. I might have to run down there and get some. I'll work till sometime in January. We'll take our next time off. That's a long haul, Yellow Rose. Stinky. My next hog is going to be the large black. I've tried a lot of different kinds. Large black seem like almost like the perfect pig. Michelle P., that is amazing that your grandson gets to be on leave during Thanksgiving. That is a rarity in the military sometimes. You are silly. No, Temperance is not an only child. She has 2 older brothers that she has terrorized for 10 years, and they finally moved out of the house out of fear. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Where are my pickled quail eggs? We don't actually have any pickled quail eggs going right now, Lost Bear. They've all been consumed. I was getting ready to make some earlier, but I never had quail eggs brought in. And they're really not pickled. They're fermented, so
It might be a little problem.
drove her home in the back seat of a Honda Accord. That's cool. I make Tempe's ridden in the back seat with a pig before.
And a goat.
And a goat. More than once.
More than once. Trust me.
With the goats.
My pig sat on my lap once.
Johnny had Charlotte sitting on her lap once. But that was when Charlotte was still tiny. Relatively tiny. She weighed maybe 30 pounds then. Yeah, she didn't last at 30 pounds for that long. No, not for 14 hours. She hadn't ridden that much, but she's had to ride in the back seat with animals quite a few times. Riding in the car with your farm animals is a good time. I'm telling you. When we got Beulah, a guy had given us a big old potbelly pig. And we just folded up the back seat of the truck, opened up the 2 doors next to the pen, fenced her in, and put her a ramp up and just forced her up into the back of the truck, into the back seat. The Hive and the Homestead, how's it going? How's the store doing? You raking in the dough yet? Making lemonade from lemons. How you doing? Zarek Farm. How y'all guys doing? Glad to see y'all here.
Of course, you have to have the YouTube puppy in the video.
Yeah, and then we have Pookie, who goes on trips with us now. She's gotten a lot of truck time recently. Serenity Mountain Farm. Nice to see you. And I'm glad you're here for the first time. I hope you come back next week as well. I have 1 pig right now, and she's a mini pig. Well, she's what's called a chipmunk pig. Basically, she's just a food processor or a garbage disposal. She's a mobile garbage disposal / fertilizer maker. I drove from PA to Missouri with 8 chickens, 3 dogs, 2 cats, and 2 of my. It would have been a nice trip without the 2 kids, wouldn't it, Little Creek? Huh, Vicky? I raised apple and traditional boar goats. Right now I have 9 newborn. Love some boar goats. We used to have about 40 boar goats at one time. Kind of miss them. How much does she weigh? Thinking small if she's. She probably only weighs like 45 pounds. I can pick her up and tote her around. Miss Grace. Just want to drop in. We're on our way to New Orleans. Well, I hope you have a safe trip. Hey, food foresters. Chipmunk pig, never heard of them? How big do they get? They don't get very big. They're a mini pig. And they're called like a chipmunk pig because they're colored up like a chipmunk.
That's Pokey.
A pookie, and you draw the pookie. Vicky agrees with me. Making lemonade. Chipmunk pig, never heard of them. How big they get? The one we have out here, like I was saying, she only weighs about 45 pounds. She's not very big at all. Plain speaker, I have thought about raising mini pigs, but not sure if there is any money in it. I don't know. I know some people will pay like $200 something for a mini pig. And that's absolutely ridiculous. Copper Kettle Farms, how you doing, Crystal? Copper Kettle Farms is the nice lady who made the new channel banner. That's the size I want. Okay. Yeah, they are. They're basically a pet pig. But I have a lot of people who have just given us mini pigs for some reason, potbelly pigs and stuff like that. I don't know. Last year we had brought 7 of them given to us. At least 7 pigs just given to us. The Homestead, how you doing? Nice to see you in here. What are you doing now? Oh, Temperance is now crocheting. I had a wild pig for a pet. Are you talking about Stacy? Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Claybank, just kidding. Guinea pigs out the fair for 100. Guinea hogs for $100. That sounds like a pretty good deal to me. Emergency bacon. Yeah. I mean, they eat just the same. They're just smaller. The honey said everything is perfect and all is well. Most of our peeps are here. I've been raising a mini pig for 16 years. About 6 years ago, he became not so mini. He stands 6 foot and is fat. I can't bring myself to put him down though. Well, that's a pet. Hey Terry, how you doing? Poor boy Homestead. I don't know about always getting the big crowds on my live streams, but I have a bunch of great friends in the community whom I love very much, and they love to support me. Bacon is always an emergency item. It's your son. That's what I figured. It could still be a pet. Good girl.
Am I a
Just
cat?
saying.
Am I a cat or something?
You have a cat hat on.
I'm guessing I'm a cat.
Making lemonade from the lemons. Yes, we are pushing 1K. We probably were not going to host it at our home. My mom usually does all that. He stinks way too bad to be a pet. That's funny, Chris. That's funny. I really can't wait to what got you started with woodworking. Actually, my dad's always been in construction, carpentry, things of that nature. But he would get off from building houses, and then him and a friend of his would build cabinets for a side hustle, and they had a lathe. And then I don't know, I just wanted to get a lathe, so I got a lathe. And that was, I don't know, probably about 6 months ago or so. And I started making, I guess the first thing I made was a dibble. Then I made a couple of stompers, and I had a wide selection that I was taking to the farmer's market. Quake Lake Home Place. That's my favorite neighbor. And sending you three a big high five. Great to see the ladies on. Aw, thanks, Quake Lake. My dad got me started on woodworking. He did it. I figured it'd be a great way to make stuff for the homestead, and the stuff I made, I always figured that someone else would like it. So I started out making. Hey, Aunt Renee, how you doing? I sent you a package yesterday. I hope you like it. What is a stomper? This is a large stomper, and I make one that's about the same size as a dibble, but it's a jar packer, basically. The smaller one is also can be used for like a muddler for people who enjoy drinks and stuff like that. But I started making the little stuff like that, and then I made some larger items too. I've made some like a coffee scoop where I've actually hollowed out the inside of items. Hey Brett, how you doing?
Guess what's my idea?
And then Johnny had the idea of making a crochet hook, and this is one of the first ones that I made. This crochet hook here for Johnny. And they have evolved from that as my skills involved, which I've always been pretty quick at picking up stuff anyway. So it's evolved from this into this. Quick, like I said hi.
All right.
Johnny is pretty much a genius. Yes, he is. But I actually remember when we came up with the idea for the crochet hook, we were at the farmer's market.
Yes, we were.
And she was crocheting, and then she was like, can you make this? And I said, I can try. And yeah, that's how the crochet hooks. Do you sell your homemade crochet hooks? Yes, I do. I have a Square site and a Etsy site that I sell them on. Good night, Food Foresters. There are links that are let's see. I'm doing great, everybody. Bub, have you had any luck with your eggs yet? Yes, I know Grandma would have loved the crochet hooks if she was still around. I need to call you soon. We've been talking Bayou Bash. I've been expecting Bayou Bash. I can't wait to go back to the Bayou Bash. I love the Bayou Bash. Fill out all the great. Thank you. David, she has good ideas most of the time. I mean, she did marry me. Every time you use the coffee scoop, you think of Popeye because it does look like a pipe, doesn't it? Are you getting sleepy?
Yes.
She's getting a little bit sleepy. Gangs, Bub, if they don't hatch, I can get you some more in the spring that I know will. Big Dream Homestead, how you doing? Johnny and Tempe can teach you how to crochet. Actually, I can teach you how to crochet too, but don't tell everybody that. My grandmother used to, Renee Byers in here is my aunt, and she was saying earlier, but my grandmother always crocheted. That's always, she always did it. She's always either cooking or crocheting or being sassy. I love that woman. But yeah, she would make some doily angels and stuff all the time. It was just, I never could get it, but she taught all of us grandkids how to do crocheting. Actually, Big Dreams Homestead, I actually know how to knit. Johnny was crocheting, and I broke out a couple of knitting needles and taught myself in about 30 seconds on how to knit. It's actually pretty simple. You can crochet, but you can't knit.
Yeah.
Crochet knitting's easy. Grace Andrews, yes, I gave that to her for her birthday. I made that scoop for her. Lisa Hopkins, yes, I can turn you a coffee scoop as soon as you want one. I can put on a button, that's about it. I actually know how to sew too, but that's beside the point.
He's better sewer than I am.
Well, it's just all in the practice.
That's true.
I've never done crocheting, but I have made a chainmail shirt. I've made chainmail also. Some of y'all, have any of y'all ever heard of the SCA, Society for Creative Anachronism, by Aunt Renee? Yes, I am definitely multi-talented. But has anybody ever heard of the Society for Creative Anachronism, the SCA? I used to dress up in armor and beat people with sticks on that for fun. I know she does some jewelry making.
I do too.
She makes jewelry. They make me tote it around. But we are coming up on. Hey, Howie. Do you still have any of her crochet stuff, Renee? I remember the angels she made, and there's a bunch of doilies. How did I learn to knit? I looked it up on Google, and I saw how to. I read the instructions on how to do it, and then I just started doing it. But we are coming up on the end of our hour, and we are about to head over to. Here's what she's doing. About to head over to Two Families Live, and we would love to see you there. And love to see you again next week, and of course all through the week. Which here for the month of November, I know most of y'all have seen that we are pretty much putting out a video a day, except for Saturday and Sunday. And I do appreciate every one of you. No, actually, I didn't really watch YouTube to learn how to knit. Mom is left-handed. I can never learn from her. Johnny's left-handed and Temperance is right-handed. So Johnny showed her, and then Temperance did it backwards, improvised and did it backwards. It's fine, Amy, that you were late. It doesn't.
I can do.
I had a live stream going, and it didn't ever show up for anybody. And then I had to restart one.
I can teach
But-
you how to. I'm not very good at it, but I can still teach you how to.
See y'all, everybody. We will see y'all in a minute. God bless you, and I hope to see you at Two Family.
Bye.
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 You crack more jokes.
Make tea, huh?
I said,